3 years later, I'm cleaning another Wind Machine fan. The one that I cleaned back in 2017, that's back there in the back, still going strong. The one I'm cleaning today is here in front. It's an identical model. We're gonna take the fan housing completely apart and clean it. Also clean and lubricate the motor. That original video was 9.5 minutes long. My goal today is 6 minutes or less. First thing to do is make sure your fan is unplugged. Turn the fan around so the back is facing you. Take off 2 Phillips head screws on the back of the handle. Keep track of all the screws so you don't lose them. Now lift up on that gray plastic piece. Unscrew the knobs on either side that hold the fan to the base. Bend this piece out a little bit and separate the fan from the base. Lay the fan down so the control knob is facing up. Grab the knob and pull straight up. This ring in the middle, that's a separate piece that has to come out. If you take your finger and grab on the inside edge and pull up a little bit, then you can get your thumb underneath on the outside and just pull straight up. We need to remove the switch. There's a tab on either side that you need to push in on, just like that. There are 4 Phillips head screws that need to be removed that hold the 2 pieces of the fan housing together. And it helps to have a magnetic screwdriver. Grab the whole fan, both pieces, and turn it over. Lay it on its back. Lift the top piece off. Now it's time to take off the blade, and I'm having trouble. I'm pulling as hard as I can, and it's just not budging. So I'm gonna have to go to plan B. As you can see, I have the fan on the floor. I'm gonna take one heel and rest it on one side, the other heel on the other side. Now I don't wanna step too hard on the fan, so I'm keeping most of my weight on my toes. And now I'm gonna pull straight up. And there you go, it was that easy. Now with that blade off, lay the fan down with the motor facing up. There are 2 Phillips head screws, one on either side. With those 2 screws out, the motor's loose. But let me show you one thing on the other side. See those 2 little metal pieces right there? When you put everything back together, you need to make sure that those metal pieces slide right down into those slots. So now to get the motor out, you just lift it straight up. On the power cord, you need to push in a little bit so that this plastic stop slides out of that channel, and then twist the cord sideways so it'll slide through that slot. Now you can pull the cord all the way through, and you got your motor out. Now I'm gonna clean the plastic pieces. I'm gonna be using Purple Power degreaser. It's got it mixed up in a spray bottle. It's about 95 degrees right now, so this shouldn't take long to dry. And while it's drying, I'm gonna work on that fan motor. Take a long bristle brush and dig out any dust or pet hair that you see in these slots. Those slots allow air to circulate around the motor and cool it off. And do the same thing on the front. I'm gonna take the 2 pieces of the motor housing apart. And the reason I'm doing that is with the thought that I can get to the back side of the motor to lubricate the shaft back here as well. This is the last one. That's what I'm talking about, being able to lubricate now. The other side of this shaft. 3-in-1 oil in the blue bottle, just specifically for motors 1/4 horsepower or larger. Is put some 3-in-1 oil on that shaft, just a couple of drops, and put that right back where it was. I'm gonna put a couple of drops of oil on the inside of this bushing right here. I don't know if these are bushings or bearings, I don't know. I don't know the right term. I'll slide this piece back on, line up the holes for the screws. Now we're just waiting for everything to dry. Everything's dry, let's put it back together. First thing to do is put the motor back on, so you need the back part of the fan housing with the outside facing up. You want to feed the power cord through there. When you get to this point with the little plastic stop, take the power cord and fit it through that slot. And make sure this plastic stop slides into that channel. Get the switch fed through. Now reach underneath and grab the motor. And remember those 2 little slots right here? Those 2 little pieces of metal slide into those slots, just like that. Now you turn it over, and we're gonna put the 2 screws in to hold the motor on. And make sure you do not over tighten these screws because they're very easy to strip out. Find the flat side on the motor shaft, which I'm gonna turn so it's right here, facing towards the camera. Now you need to find the flat spot on the blade, which is gonna be in line with that hole on the top. So when you turn it over, all I have to do is line up that hole with the flat side, pull it straight over, get the blade right in the center over that shaft, and then just push straight down. And make sure you push down firmly so the blade is all the way on that shaft. Now you can slide this piece out of the way, put that front piece down with the handle facing up, turn the back piece with the motor and the blade over, also with the handle facing up, set it over the top of that front piece, lining up the screw holes, just like that. Now we'll get the 4 screws put in, and same thing here, do not over tighten them because they're easy to strip out. All right, that's the last one. Now we want to get the switch reinstalled back on this plastic ring. And the 2 tabs on the switch are here and here. So I want to line those up with that plastic ring. I'm going to kind of put it in at an angle and get that left side in first. Then I'm going to push down on the right side until it snaps in. just like that. Make sure you line up this slot with the power cord. And now there are 3 tabs on that ring that line up with 3 slots on that back cover. So you line up the tabs with those slots. Again, making sure the power cord is in that slot, and then snap it in. Just like that. And there are 2 flat sides on that switch, and there are 2 flat sides on the knob. I marked them with a permanent marker, so I'm lining up the flat sides on the switch with the flat sides on the knob, and then it should press straight on. Just like that. Now we need to put the fan back on its base. So we get that threaded portion, fit through the hole, put those end caps back on. And the last thing to do is get this piece snapped in across the handle on the top. So these 2 tabs fit into these 2 holes. Then spin it around and push it down. And the last time I'll say it, don't over tighten them. It's easy to strip it out. Time to turn it on, check it out. Just like it's brand new.